the people who create and shape our school district, our teachers, secretaries, custodians, bus drivers, food service workers, administrators, and all the members of our support staff. You are the people who are truly responsible for all the achievements and all the applause our district receives. We, as board members, know that it takes all of our staff to provide educational opportunity for our students, and that together we create a community of excellence that is greater than the sum of its parts. We, the members of the Board of Education, feel a sense of gratitude that words can't express. It's our hope that the warmth of this ceremony and reception will convey our appreciation to you all. And so we take special pleasure in welcoming you this evening and invite you to participate in honoring the 1991 retirees. We'd like to take this opportunity to recognize a former board member in our midst, Bill McCargo. It's always nice to have you. Good to see you. And now we will begin with some remarks from Dr. Esbrandt.
Thank you, Faith. Tonight, in addition to our board recognition of retirees, members of the state legislature have prepared some letters and certificates and citations for our retiring professional staff members. The teachers and administrators who have completed many years of service in the school district are recognized by Assemblyman Lee Solomon and Dr. John Rocco. And there's a letter in each of these packets which says, congratulations. It has been brought to our attention, that at the close of this school year, you will be retiring from the Cherry Hill school system after having served for X number of years. We are certain that during the course of your tenure, many of your students and colleagues benefited from your expertise and dedication. You have been a valued employee as well as a role model for others in this profession, and we commend you for your efforts. Therefore, it gives us great pleasure to forward the enclosed citation from the New Jersey General Assembly, which commemorates your retirement along with the citation. Please accept our sincere best wishes for a long, happy, and healthy retirement. It is certainly well deserved. Again, congratulations, and may God bless you as you begin the next chapter in your life. Sincerely, Lee Solomon and Dr. John A. Rocco, Assembly persons. And the citation reads, State of New Jersey General Assembly citation. Commendations and praise are extended to, name of the employee, by the citizenry of the 6th New Jersey Legislative District through their elected representatives upon the occasion of this retirement from a distinguished X number of year tenure of service in the Cherry Hill School District, during which you have fostered respect and devotion among your colleagues, promoted excellence and achievement, and shaped the development of thousands of children. Signed, Assemblyperson Solomon and Rocco. Now I can deal with this a little less formally. It was 18 years ago that I was asked to speak at my father's retirement. And fortunately for us, he's still alive and working at a variety of things, but keeping life interesting. And today, I guess it's the time of the year, I think of graduations, I think of retirements, I think of the changes in life that retirement and similar activities and ceremonies represent. It was about 1973 or 1974. I was principal of a high school in Chester County, Pennsylvania. And a gentleman had served as a business department head teacher for over 40 years in that school district, and most of those years in that one high school. And of course he was being asked the question, well, what year are you going to retire? And he said, well, maybe another 5 years, a few more years. I feel good, and I know he was doing a good job. And he was not one of the individuals I would want to have encouraged to leave the school district. Then the following year, the first day of school, at the end of the day, about 2:35, he was at my office door and he asked if he could speak with me. And he had this long look on his face, the color in his cheeks had gone, and he was beginning to look worried. And I said, please, Al, come in, sit down with me, what's wrong? And he said, well, this day was like every other first day I've had. Students come in, I introduce myself, I hand out a card, I get some background information from them, I started walking around the room, looking over their shoulders as they filled out the card, and they put their name and their address and their parents' names and why they're interested in business courses, which business courses have they taken already, and what they hope to do with those business courses in a future career. I stopped at one young lady's desk and looked over her shoulder, and the name that she wrote rang a bell, and I wasn't sure who it was, so I began to ask her some questions. And then I said, was Alice, was so-and-so your mother? Did I have your mother in class before? And the girl looked up and had this long, worried look on her face and she wasn't sure what to say. And she said, Mr. Woodcraft, that was my grandmother. He said, this is my year to retire. Well, Mr. Woodcraft went on to retire, not that year, but a year later. He put in a total of 43 years in teaching, and he had taught many sons and daughters and sons and grandsons and granddaughters. And he went on and he had another business. He was an antique salesperson, had a store in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and I'm not sure what he's doing now, but he was busy and successful in that enterprise for quite a number of years. Which kind of brings me to the kind of ceremony this represents. It's a time of transition. It's an opportunity for us to say thank you for the many years of service, the dedication, the nurturing that you have given the young people of this school district, as well as the nurturing and guidance you have provided to colleagues that have worked with you. Those younger than you, less experienced, I'm sure you taught everyone that came in contact with you in a variety of ways. And that's really our job. We're in the job of education, but not necessarily to teach someone or train someone for a profession or a job, but to deal on a personal level, to provide some nurturing and guidance, support, and help. I was reminded of this today when I left the office to rush home before coming here tonight. And I pulled in the driveway, and if anyone's passed my house, the ground is barren yet. It needs landscaping. In one area under a number of oak trees, there were 3 crows. And in the last 2 weeks, the neighborhood has been very noisy with crows, lots of screeching. It made me think of Heckle and Jekyll a number of times this past weekend. And when I came up, they started screeching again. 2 of the large ones flew off, and they landed in tree limbs not too far from where the third one was. And the third one was kind of in a nook of a tree trunk, on the ground, protected on 2 sides. And as I got out of the car, I started talking to that bird, and it started walking towards me. I said, what's the matter? Can't you fly? And it didn't dawn on me at that point, this was a small crow in comparison to the other 2 big ones. And I guess I've been kind of oblivious to the seasons, but as this bird came walking towards me, it finally jumped and flapped its wings and flew straight into the house. Hit the wall, bounced, and hit the ground. Was confused where it was, straightened itself up, flapped its wings a little bit, and started walking off. And I went to the front door, and the 2 crows came down again. One very close to the small one, the other one at some distance. They walked along the driveway for a piece and then moved off into a wooded area. And that's what reminded me again of this ceremony tonight. Here was another generation, an older generation teaching the younger, guiding it, letting it make its mistakes, crashing if it has to. It hadn't a guidance system, didn't have control of its body, but that's how it is when we start. Whether we're starting out in life as babies, or when we're starting out in school, or when we're starting out in a job. We are neophytes. We need to be nurtured. We need to be brought along. And that has been our role in our profession, and that's been your role in the job, to bring people along, to make sure the excellence, the quality, the dedication, the values we hold as important are continued in our job and carried through to our youngsters. So for the job you've done, I thank you. I congratulate you on your work well done, and congratulations on your retirement.
Is Evelyn Cook here in the audience? Evelyn, would you please come up here with me? Thank you, Evelyn. Evelyn Cook retires as a cafeteria manager of Cherry Hill High School West. She served 5 years in the Cherry Hill School District. Students always counted on Evelyn for making sure that a healthy salad bar was available every day. We got lots of requests for that, and I know how grateful they were for that. Her supervisor found her to be dependable, practical, dedicated, and efficient. That really doesn't say it all. I have heard nothing but the highest of praise for you, Evelyn, throughout the years. Not just by one administrator, but by many. And I know you'll be sorely missed in that cafeteria. And you were instrumental, I know, in the refurbishing of West Cafeteria. How is it going?
It's great.
It's great. Isn't that typical? Just when you get everything that you want and it's all brand new, you're moving on. But we certainly thank you for all your planning and efforts in that area also. Evelyn will be remembered for her willingness to cooperate and the spirit that kept her coming to work despite her recurring leg pain. In retirement, Evelyn will be moving back to Tennessee where she grew up, going back home.
Right.
And where she will now be moving to a brand new home. Evelyn, on behalf of the Board of Education, it's a pleasure to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And we wish you many happy years of retirement. Thank you so much. And now wait. The plaque reads, the Board of Education, Township of Cherry Hill, presented to Evelyn Cook in appreciation for 5 years of service to the children and citizens of Cherry Hill, June 1991. And it's a lovely plaque.
Thank you.
Enjoy. I would like you very much to set the precedent. I want you to walk around the board and allow all the board members to say goodbye. Thank you.
Come right across.
In front.
Actually, we'll let you take the short walk. Congratulations. Best of luck and enjoy Tennessee.
Thank you. I sure will.
Thank you. Congratulations. George Schlondorn, are you here? George Schlondorn retires after 10 years of service as a utility mechanic in the Transportation Department. His fellow employees and his supervisor will especially remember George's positive attitude toward his job, his promptness, dependability, good manners, and good humor. Am I missing something? What am I missing? You can always count on George for a smile and a pleasant joke. I think I'm missing something. I don't know. As you might expect, George himself is quick to express his appreciation of his fellow employees, indicating that all those he worked with, mechanics, drivers, and office workers in transportation, always gave him a helping hand when he needed it. In retirement, George looks forward to having more time for boating, fishing, and crafts, and for trips to Pennsylvania, Florida, and South Carolina. He and his wife, Susie, will enjoy the chance to spend time visiting their 3 children, 12 grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. George, you have served our district well, and on behalf of the Board of Education, it is a pleasure to wish you a healthy and happy retirement. Congratulations. This is that statement. I'll keep this one. Congratulations. Thank you. You step over here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank you.
What kind of fishing do you do, George?
Well, mostly it's saltwater fish. But
Sir?
I'm going to concentrate on freshwater.
Are you?
Yeah, because Delaware's cleaning up.
Tell me.
George, congratulations. Thank you for your good service. Yeah. So I don't leave it here. I think I picked the right someone. That's not an inside joke anymore, George.
Barbara Siegel. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Barbara Siegel is retiring as 5th grade teacher at Kingston School after 12 years of teaching. Barbara has also been a substitute teacher in our district for 6 years. Barbara says, I'm going to miss the children and my coworkers. She is proud of her years as part of a group of dedicated, caring professionals. Staff members have noted Barbara's sincere, hardworking, enthusiastic attitude. Her students will remember her understanding and warm concern for their welfare. Barbara plans a busy retirement, along with her husband, Arthur. She will travel and work on refurbishing their home. In addition, Barbara plans to do volunteer hospital work and teach adult reading. On behalf of the Board of Education, we thank you, Barbara, for your years of service and best wishes in your retirement.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Would Muriel Pipitone come up, please? Muriel is retiring after 17 years of service as a special education van driver. Students and parents will remember Muriel for her friendly smile and cheerful greeting each morning. Muriel says, "I enjoyed my job. It also afforded me the opportunity to meet and become friends with a great group of people." Muriel looks forward to traveling, sleeping late, and not living by the clock. Somehow they left out of there the peace and quiet that she's going to have during the mornings and afternoons. She and her husband Thomas also look forward to spending more time with their 3 children and their grandson. Muriel, on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to present you with a plaque and certificate and wish you a happy, healthy retirement.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Charles Freeman. Congratulations, sir. Charles Deacon Freeman retires as custodian at Cherry Hill East High School after 16 years of service to the district. The staff at East will remember Charles for his friendly manner, his knack for getting the job done. His supervisor notes that he was always early for work. In addition, Charles was always helpful and cooperative with students and parents with the many activities that go on at Cherry Hill East. In his retirement, Charles looked forward to being able to spend more time in volunteer church activities. Charles, on behalf of the board, we thank you for your years of service and we wish you the very, very best. Congratulations.
Enjoy it. That's right. There you go. Hello, Robert. How you doing? Let's go with your goodies. Okay. Let me lean against that for a sec. I think Bob goes back to when my brother was on the school boards a long time ago. That's right. Bob Burdett retires after 40 years in public education, the last 17 serving the Cherry Hill District. He's retiring as principal of Woodcrest School, but his years in Cherry Hill have also included principalships at the Beck Middle School and Cherry Hill High School West, and service as an assistant superintendent. Bob is described by his supervisor as a true gentleman, always receptive to ideas and always willing to pitch in with extra service. His students will remember his patience, his understanding, his calm manner, and the awards assemblies that he organized to present the students with the Citizen of the Month certificates. Bob has been involved with many, many community volunteer activities. He's been active in his community's Neighborhood Watch, is a weather spotter for the National Weather Service, and works with the Cherry Hill Juvenile Conference Committee. His hobbies include concerts and theater, military history, reading, bird watching, and recreational target shooting. His retirement plans include all of these hobbies, as well as travel with his wife Miriam to visit friends throughout the United States. Bob also plans to work as an educational consultant and will undoubtedly enjoy the opportunity to spend more time with his 2 children and very special grandchild. Bob looks back on many rewarding experiences throughout his 40 years in education and will remember with fondness his professional relationships with teachers and administrators in both Connecticut and in New Jersey. But characteristically, he looks forward to the future with a positive spirit, pointing out that new times bring new challenges as we seek to find the genius in each of our students. So, Bob, on behalf of the Board of Education, it's a pleasure to thank you for your service, to wish you a healthy and a happy retirement, and all our best wishes. Slip that right inside.
Bob.
See, I didn't slip it in that well, huh?
Gene Wilfon. I'm next. Gene Wilfon retires as librarian at Kingston School after 21 years of service in Cherry Hill. The Kingston School students will remember Gene's interest in literature and her enthusiasm in storytelling. In addition, she will be remembered for her work on district committees to provide the best available literature for our students. Jean says, "My years at Kingston have been happy ones, and I have met so many wonderful friends and staff members. I could only wish such a pleasant experience for all those who labor in the love of education." Jean plans to spend more time enjoying her many hobbies, which include theater, travel, needlework, stained glass, and other crafts, as well as reading. She and her husband, Gordon, also look forward to spending time with her 3 children and 3 grandchildren. On behalf of the Board of Education, Jean, thank you very much for your many years of service. We wish you a happy, healthy retirement.
I asked Mrs. Rowley Townell to join me, and I need just a little bit of help. Krista? Mrs. Townell is retiring after more than 21 years of service as secretary of Cooper Elementary School, and Krista is here to represent all of those kids who went running down to the office at 5 after 9 to call home for a forgotten lunch, or a violin, or homework, or a book. And without exception, Mrs. Townell always dealt with them with great patience and warmth, and we are all indebted to her. As her biography reads, Rowley's greatest joy has been her interaction and involvement with the children, and she has enjoyed working with a pleasant and supportive staff and school community. Students have always noted Rowley for her kindness, compassion, patience, and understanding. Staff members will remember her competence and her ability to communicate in a patient and knowledgeable manner. Although her physical presence will be gone, she will be remembered in the hearts of everyone at Cooper School. Her supervisor says that Rowley is simply synonymous with Cooper School, loved and revered by all. Rowley looks forward to her hobbies of reading, swimming, and gardening. She and her husband Esco will also enjoy more time for concerts and travel and enjoying themselves at the shore. Her 4 children and 2 grandchildren will undoubtedly enjoy having more time to spend with Rowley. On behalf of the Board of Education, Rowley, thank you for your many years of loyal and dedicated service. We wish you a healthy and happy retirement. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Mrs. Goldman? And now I need more help because this is a big one. These are my four oldest. They have all had Mrs. Goldman for kindergarten, and they are here to represent all of those hundreds of children that Mrs. Goldman has touched in her very special way. I've been half dreading this day and half looking forward to this day. I'm completely torn because it is such a terrible shame to lose a teacher like Mrs. Goldman, but we can only wish her the most happiness in her retirement. In Florette Goldman's words, the new year will forever begin for me in September. That's not surprising because Florette is retiring after more than 35 years of teaching, the last 22 as a kindergarten teacher for the Cherry Hill Public Schools. She now retires as kindergarten teacher at Cooper School. Through the years, says Florette, I have always loved teaching intensely and have become an expert on the alphabet, numerals 1 through 20, and 5 and 6-year-olds. And I must say also on parents of 5 and 6-year-olds. Florette's love for her students has always been returned. Her current principal calls her the best kindergarten teacher I have ever had the pleasure of working with. He goes on to say that Florette's knowledge and understanding extended well beyond the perimeters of the classroom, where she has inspired so many children who have benefited from her expertise, dedication, gentle guidance, and genuine love for children. Staff members will also remember Florette for her cooperative nature and positive professional approach. Although Florette now anticipates more time for reading, crossword puzzles, playing the organ, and travel, she will also continue to share her warmth and expertise with the community after her retirement by serving as a literacy volunteer and as a story lady in the library. She and her husband Eli will also be enjoying their 3 children and 3, almost 4 grandchildren. And I can only second the biography. I think Mrs. Goldman is the Babe Ruth and the Michael Jordan and the Albert Einstein of kindergarten teaching. When you walk into Mrs. Goldman's classroom, it's like walking into another world with the various centers that she's got set up for the kids. It's an absolutely wonderful and enchanting educational experience for parents as well as for kids. I look forward to back to school night every night just so I could sit in her classroom and pretend that I could be a student in there. Mrs. Goldman, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for my kids and for all the hundreds and hundreds of kids that you've touched so deeply, and we really appreciate them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Joy.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You will be missed. We still got 2 at home.
Would Anna Marco please come up?
Congratulations. Is it Anna?
Anna is retiring after 23 years of service as Secretary to the Director of Transportation. And as many of you may know, although Anna has been here 23 years, our Secretary of our Director of Transportation has not. And that itself is a tribute to Anna. She'll be remembered there not only as an excellent employee, but also as a good friend. Her supervisors praise her skills, job performance, and friendly attitude to all. And her colleagues value her as someone who can always be counted on. Anna always gave something extra as her department's coordinator for the annual Camden County Public Education Employees Charitable Campaign, which used to be known as the United Way Campaign. She's an outdoors person who enjoys walking, hiking, swimming, gardening, as well as reading. In retirement, she looks forward to taking time to smell the roses. She'll continue to travel and spend more quality time with her 3 children and 4 grandchildren. She and her husband Leon are planning a trip to Bermuda, and Anne anticipates another visit to East Germany to visit her son and his family. That's why she worked for the Director of Transportation, with a family spread out like that. And on behalf of the Board of Education, thank you for your many years of loyal service, and we wish you a happy and healthy retirement.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would Bernice Garrett please come forward? Congratulations. They say that a successful Army travels on its stomach, and there's no doubt that good food can also help a school's student body go far to achieve its goals. Bernice Gerhardt, whose nickname is Sarge, receives her honorable discharge as she retires as cafeteria manager at Cherry Hill High School East after 23 years of service to the Cherry Hill School District and with a strong record of successful food service organization. Students will remember Bernice for keeping them in line, and staff members will remember her direct, outspoken style and the way she always had a direct answer, but a good answer to questions. Bernice, on behalf of the Board of Education, thank you very, very much for your many years of service. We wish you happy and healthy years of retirement.
And they should. That's right.
Can I ask Anna Reeves to join me? Welcome. In her 36 years of teaching, Anna Reeves has spent 25 years in the Cherry Hill School District. She is now retiring as 6th grade teacher at Kingston School. Anne's students have noted her firm but sensitive and affectionate guidance, while staff members appreciate her sincere personal interest in the growth and development of her students. Anne will be remembered for her desire to share her love of literature with her students and for the way she personifies the highest professional ideals, a conscientious, dedicated, and enthusiastic interest in teaching. In her retirement, Anne plans to read, clean, play, and travel. She will enjoy having more time for needlework and her 2 children and 2 grandchildren, but says, "I shall miss Cherry Hill." We thank you for your years of faithful service, Anne, and wish you a happy and healthy retirement, and we will miss you also. Thank you.
Forget about the queen.
Good luck.
Mr. Birchler, I saw you earlier. I don't see you now. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Come join me. Hi, Irv.
I'm not going to clean.
You're not going to clean? No. Good for you. Good for you. Quote, "It has been an honor to serve the parents and the students of the Cherry Hill School District," says Irv Birchler, who is retiring as the principal of the Horace Mann School. I remember in Irv's office some time ago seeing a sign that said, "Don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes." Is that still there?
Yes, it is.
Gives you some measure of this fine gentleman here. In his 24 years of service to the district, Irv has demonstrated a sense of order and organization coupled with humanity. He will be remembered for his drive, his enthusiasm, his sensitivity, and consistency in always giving his all to the job. And for the parking lot pattern at Malberg,
Would they close the school after that?
Oh,
After I figured that out.
oh, is that right? I see. One supervisor commented, meetings without Irv's sailing stories would have been dull indeed. Irv and his wife Beverly, who is also retiring this year, I have to hold this a little bit farther away, are undecided about their retirement plans. Irv will certainly find more time to enjoy biking, swimming, and sailing, and to enjoy his 2 children and wonderful grandchild. Who is a boy or girl? Girl, whose name is?
Haley Ray.
Haley Ray. For your faithful and exceptional service to the district, Irv, we thank you. On behalf of the Board of Education, wish you a happy, healthy, and long retirement. Thank you.
Take care. I get the other half of this dynamic duo here. Let's get here. Hold on to that, if you would. Beverly Birchler is retiring after 25 years of service in the Cherry Hill School community. As a basic skills math tag teacher at the Hart School, she has been, in her principal's words, the champion of our tag students, their mentor who always spoke out for their rights and their needs. Beverly was noted by her students for her challenging activities and for the support and the pride that she demonstrated in them throughout many, many academic competitions. Her fellow staff members have valued the way she always provided them with information, with resources, and projects for helping students. She will always be remembered for the creativity and the dedication with which she challenged staff and parents to stimulate our TAG students. Beverly is a proud mother of 2 children and 1 grandchild, and in retirement she looks forward to gardening and needlecrafts and swimming and reading, as well as to service as an educational consultant for the new New Jersey State Aquarium. She and her husband Irv, was also obviously honored tonight, anticipate more time for travel and for family. And in looking back, Beverly says that being a teacher of gifted students has been the highlight of her career as an educator, and that she is grateful for the opportunity to have helped create, and that she has helped create here in Cherry Hill's TAG program. Beverly, you've been a gifted teacher in every sense of the word. And on behalf of the Board of Education, we thank you, we thank Irv, and we wish you both the best health and happiness.
That's right. Norma Deans retired earlier this year after 26 years of distinguished service to the Cherry Hill School District. Her first position in 1964 was that of a part-time secretary to the clerk to the custodian of school monies. Do we still have that position?
Yes, but it's the treasurer of the township.
Treasurer of the township, that's what I
Bill
thought.
Brush was treasurer then, and it was a conflict of interest because he was a board member.
Oh,
So
well.
they gave it to me.
And one of her first tasks in that position was to deposit $4 million in a bank account to begin construction of Cherry Hill High School East. Did they give it to you in cash that you took to the bank? No, check. Even so, you carry it personally
Couldn't
to
skim
the...
anything off the top.
No. From 1977 until her retirement, Norma served as secretary to superintendent of schools, working in turn for William Shine, Jack McKeon, and Phil Esbrandt. She served them all well, becoming a source of skilled continuity, becoming, in fact, a legend in the district. Her courtesy, her common sense, and her competence supported positive morale and productivity throughout central administration and indeed throughout the district. The most recent superintendent she served has praised Norma for embodying the qualities of the best professional secretaries. She also has a metabolism that seems to improve under pressure, a natural instinct for creating order out of chaos, an appetite for the toughest chores and the ability to complete them without supervision, and a clam-like facility for keeping secrets. And last but not least, a sure-handed sense for dealing with even the most difficult people, which sometimes includes her own boss. Her colleagues will always remember Norma for her concern and cooperation, and most especially for her ability to remain cool and calm in the midst of many storms. For her part, Norma feels that she has worked with many wonderful people and very dedicated members of the Board of Education, and says that she has thoroughly enjoyed her years in the district. In her retirement, she looks forward to enjoying more time for golf, reading, needlework, and for the sailing and traveling that she and her husband, Charles, both enjoy. Next week, they're going out to Seattle, Washington. They now have 2 children living in that state. Her 3 children and 7 grandchildren will definitely appreciate her ability to spend more time with them. Norma has been the board's social secretary over the years. She's been our Emily Post, always able to tell us the proper thing to do and when to do it and how to do it. Whenever a board member had a need and ran to Norma, we always knew that Norma would fix it. And you really are going to be so very, very missed. I do know that when you are here in this area, you will come back and sub on occasion and still keep your hand in, and that's a real comfort to us all, Norma. You have contributed immeasurably to our district, and on behalf of the Board of Education, it's a pleasure to wish you a long, happy, and healthy retirement. Thank you so much, Norma.
Thank you.
It's been such a pleasure. So mine.
They're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Anna Sletwinski. Anna retires as a food services baker at Cherry Hill High School West after completing 27 years of service to the Cherry Hill School District. Anna was noted by staff members as a baker who always sought to provide varied baked goods and a kind word to go with them. She was always congenial and dependable and could be counted on for a friendly smile and a willingness to pitch in. Getting down to basics, students noted Anna for her delicious cookies and brownies. I got a weak spot for that, I'll tell you. Anna will be remembered by her supervisor for always having plenty of samples for the food services director to taste. Anna, you leave behind a truly tasty and tempting record of service. And on behalf of the Board of Education, it is a pleasure to wish you a healthy, happy, deliciously sweet retirement.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Good. Let you hold on to that for a moment, if you would. Okay. I feel like Bernice has been around here in the district almost as long as all my kids that have gone through the schools. That's right. Bernice Jones has been called Thomas Paine's First Lady of the Stage and Kilmer School's producer of spectacular music extravaganzas. And by the way, anyone who deals with young people at this age in a music program has to have the patience of Job. In fact, Bernice Jones is retiring after 27 years of teaching music in the Cherry Hill School District. Her students at Payne and Kilmer have found her, in their own words, cool, funny, generous, a great person who knows everything about music, and a teacher who always made music fun. Her colleagues have appreciated her warmth, her happy laugh, and her upbeat personality. One of her principals, Mr. Ferraro at Kilmer, writes, "I went to high school with Bernice Jones. Our graduating class voted her most likely to succeed. She certainly has succeeded in life, and most especially as a superior vocal teacher, a dedicated, multi-talented musician." Her other principal, Mr. Barry Adler at Payne, added another perspective. He commented, "Bernice Jones has been our master travel agent and tour guide while serving as a music teacher and choral director. She has taken us from the Middle East to Mexico, from Asia to Africa, from Russia to Australia, as her students have performed songs from all over the world. But while Bernice has never lost sight of her objectives, which have always been her children and their music, she has, however, on more than a few occasions, lost sight of where she left her keys, her glasses, and her pocketbook." Some truth to that, huh? Her dedication and involvement with her children, her global view of music instruction, and her charismatic and contagious and bubbling enthusiasm have been all so consuming and encompassing that she doesn't have time to worry about mundane, unnecessary personal type items. Bernice Jones will be remembered by all for her happy manner, her bouncy step, and her indefatigable advocacy for the music program. She herself has said that she is pleased and proud to have worked in a fine system with talented and caring colleagues. Her retirement plans include more time for hobbies, especially reading and writing and gardening and involvement at the health club. She will surely continue her numerous church and community activities, including singing and playing in choirs and concerts and bell choirs and theater. Bernice, you've served our district with talent and dedication, and on behalf of the Board of Education, it's a pleasure to wish you many healthy and happy years of retirement.
James Odom. How you doing? Deanna. Hello. The many former students who annually return to visit him are perhaps the best tribute to Jim, who retires as an English teacher at Beck after 34 years of service to the Cherry Hill School District. Jim's principal describes him as a caring and sensitive teacher who has earned the respect and friendship of his students and colleagues. A teacher who truly enjoyed young people and who would go to any lengths to help them. Staff members noted that Jim always had quotes or words of wisdom to help them to put things in proper perspective, and that he performed his responsibilities in a dedicated and energetic manner. Students will remember him as a kind and gentle teacher who gave them never-ending patience and kindness. Jim gave of himself throughout his career and leaves with the friendship and good wishes of his fellow teachers. It is my pleasure on behalf of the board to thank him very much for his years of service and to wish him a happy and healthy retirement. Jim?
Robert J. Cloherty. Welcome. Robert J. Cloherty retires as a custodian at Cherry Hill High School East after serving the district for 34 years. Bob's supervisors commend him for his helpfulness, honesty, and for being a very willing worker. The students at East appreciated his cheerful cooperation. Bob looks forward to having more free time in his retirement. He is involved in church activities and enjoys spectator sports. Bob sums up his years of service to the district by saying, "I have been treated well during my 34 years with the Cherry Hill Public Schools and have enjoyed my years working for the district. But I am ready to put up my feet and take it easy." Sounds good. Bob, on back. He's snooping around. You better watch out. Bob, on behalf of the Board of Education, thank you for your years of loyal service. We wish you a happy, healthy retirement.
Thank you.
There you go. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Bob wants us to know also that he started out here at West High School, and we forgot to mention that. Is there anyone that we missed? Everyone here? Okay, fine. I want to thank the retirees for coming out this evening and allowing the board to personally thank you. And would the spouses and families of the retirees please stand? Please. I want to thank you.